Hey YouTube. This week the builders have been working on the timber frame roof. So we've got a lot here to show you. Let's get to it. So the builders, first thing they had to do was they had to get this ridge beam up. And this is a laminated ridge beam. It is 5 inches by 22 inches tall. So it is a two-piece ridge beam. And it sits there on that post in the loft is where the two ends meet. So you can see where the two ridge beams butt together on top of the post there, and that post comes down and it sits on the loft, and it's sitting on this section. This is solid boards in that section. That's all solid blocked, and then it comes down here and it sits on our basement post, all solid blocked, and then down to the foundation. And this is one of the larger spots that got poured thicker when they poured the basement floor. And after they got the ridge beam all set and all level, they were able to start laying out these roof rafters. You can see these roof rafters. They are a 4x8 timber, and they've got 4x8 rafter ties in between them. Now these are not truly it's not a true timber frame. Those are actually bolted together, and then we put a wooden peg over the hole. They're a recessed bolt, and then we put a wooden peg over the hole to hide that so it looks more like a traditional timber frame. So as we look at the front of the house, you can see where they've framed out on both sides for dormers. We're going to have two 8-foot dormers on this house. They're nice sized dormer. One will be over the great room and one will be in the loft. In the center, you can see that we are starting to frame out for our gable entrance. Our gable entrance is going to be 16 foot wide. It's one of those things that my wife was a must-have. She wanted a log cabin that had a front gable. And so this gable is going to be set on two 8x8 posts on each side. So there's another 8x8 post that's going to be added to each side. As we look out the front door from inside, you can kind of see the shape of the windows that are going to be above the door. We're going to have kind of triangular shaped windows above the door, and we're also going to have that above the windows in the dormers also, to have that kind of theme along the front of the house. Besides the laminated beam for the ridge beam, there's also two more laminated beams that go and kind of frame out the gable entrance here on the inside. So you can see we got a laminated beam here. I believe that is a 5x14, I believe is what that is. Laminated beam. And then there is another one that sits in over here. So off of the gable posts here, you can see that they went around and started setting all the posts for the wraparound porch. So they've got all of these all set. They're all ready to go. So soon they'll start installing porch rafters here soon. They also got the chimney framed up, got the exterior all done on it, and it is open on the inside to the chase of the chimney. And we have our fireplace company. They're going to come next week. They're going to look this over and they're going to let me know anything else that I need to do, that I need to frame up before they come. We originally thought about having a full masonry fireplace put into the house, and that's why the foundation is so beefy. But we ended up changing our minds and went with a wood burning insert. It's going to be, EPA approved. It's going to be more efficient. The bump out area by the dining room table, you can see it is still not framed up. The reason that is not framed up is because it gets framed up to the porch roof. So we got to get our porch rafters in, and then after the porch rafters are all put in, and probably the roof on the porch. Then we can go ahead and we can frame in this up to the porch roof. Well, the material stacks are getting less and less. We are slowly getting there. So I suspect soon they'll be putting on porch rafters. They'll be working their way around on that, and then we ought to start seeing some tongue and groove board start showing up on the roof. So stay tuned and I'll have more.